Some people kind of branch just recreational birding, and then some people branch into listing.
Why does the van need maintenance?
Because we put 30,000 miles on it.
Why did we put 30,000 miles on it?
Because we're trying to find as many birds as we can.
Why are we trying to find as many birds as we can?
That I don't know. I don't know the question to that, or the answer to that question yet.
She want me come in the front, she better cash for it. She want to explore my pants, I say clash for it. Old enough to be grams, to bank balance on. So she like the conky look hard, she goes back for it. I ain't fighting, come in the class, I lean back for it. Then the credit card comes up, and I'll be handing it out. Life of luxury, mature women touching me. Can't lie, say I don't know how to push it. That's where the treasure is. She impressed by high school in the registry. She going for bomb, for bomb, for bomb. She going for bomb, for bomb, for bomb. In the back, put some mouse on it. Then hang the person on the box and the
What's up? This here would be my older brother Quentin. And last year he was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of early onset birdwatcher. Highly contagious. I caught it too. What is this whole project you're working on?
No, this is going to be a guidebook about all the birds that we saw last year.
It's all going to be like accurate, scientifically accurate, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
One day I got high and found the family's bird guidebook, and I thought about how crazy it would be if you knew all the birds in that book. Just how insane that is.
You see, neither of us knew much about birds, and we didn't know much about bird watchers. I think like most people from the outside, when we saw them, we would take note about what they're wearing, or their age, or the stuff they're wearing. So, we decided we'd try the most extreme form of bird watching. Because, well...
Because that's a great way to learn about something, is to try to just do it at like the highest level, you know?
A big year in birding is seeing as many species as you can in one calendar year, January 1st to December 31st.
The modifier is, well, where? So you could have a world big year, you could have an ABA area big year, you could have a lower 48 big year.
Someone did like a naked big year, I don't know, like where they only counted birds that they saw while they were naked.
I'm from northern Wisconsin, so I got myself pretty used to being naked in cold weather for a while. I think I do better birding. I know I get closer to wildlife for some reason. I feel like I'm one with nature when I'm walking in the woods.
I feel like the lower 48, sort of ABA, is the money of how many birds you can see in a year.
For the lower 48, the number to beat is 751.
Typical experience level of somebody who does a big year is usually way beyond your guys' level.
According to this study on extreme birdwatchers, the type of person to compete in a big year has already been birding for 24 years and, on average, can identify a fuck ton of birds. We only knew a couple.
I thought every time you see a little brown bird, it's called a chickadee. Like you got bald eagle, you got the cardinal, you got the great blue heron, and then you got, those are just chickadees, you know?
The rules of this game are pretty simple. The bird must be in the lower 48 or up to 200 miles offshore. The bird must be one of the species deemed countable by the American Birding Association. The bird must be alive, wild, and unrestrained. And the bird must be seen, heard, or documented. It's all based on the honor system. And we lived the entire year on the road inside a 2010 Kia Sedona, doing nothing but look at birds for the whole year. That looks about right. A big part of this whole deal is eBird. Birdwatchers have a little eBoner for this software. It's a crowdsourced logbook where you list every bird that you saw and you check where everyone else is seeing theirs. And of course, there's a leaderboard. They run a tight ship over at eBird.
One of the first times we submitted a checklist on eBird, thought we saw a golden eagle. One of the eBird cops got back at us pretty much immediately and let us know it was a red-shouldered hawk.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. Translucent, buffy, primary crescents. All right.
That was kind of our awakening to, what this is.
What are we cranking on here?
Fucking A, we're cranking on shorebirds right now, and I did study up last night. I did look in the book at all the, the doe-witchers, the short-billed this, the long-billed that, this kind of sandpiper, the fucking semi this, the greater that, plover, it's gonna be tough, but that's what we're here for.
Someone on the outside might think all these shorebirds are just little brown birds that all look identical to each other. And they're right. That's kind of the whole thing.
That really could be our guy. Tiny, brownish sandpiper.
It was pipe and sand, wasn't it?
That thing was piping sand all day.
We would just take a picture of a bird that we saw that we're like, that one's gotta be new. I'm pretty sure that one's different. We would just take so many pictures of birds, and then at night in the minivan, in the parking lot, we would just go over our findings, our data, and we would make confident identifications, and we would report our findings on eBird.
No black, no black, no black. Now what is that on the tip of the bill there?
That's a little bit of black.
That's a little bit of black.
Now, this is some X-Files shit right here.
This is.
I think that's 4 white tail feathers.
Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Let's run that back again.
It's
dark. Got a dark thrill.
Got that weird kind of wonky bill there.
Like any subculture, birding comes with its own lingo. And at the top of that list, lifer.
Lifer! I'm trying to get lifers for my lifer list. My lifer! No lifer! Lifer! Just got my lifer black swift.
A lifer is when someone sees a bird for the first time, but my problem with it is that it always makes it about the person, right? It's never about the bird that they see. They're just like, oh, I got 10 lifers on this trip.
I just got my lifer cave swallow. Woohoo!
But it's exciting when you see a new bird. I don't think that's something to disregard.
Yeah! Woohoo!
Roll that up.
Every time you find something you haven't seen before, there's this feeling of discovery, and sure, it's probably been documented before and maybe not be a true discovery in the sense of never been seen, but for you in that moment, yeah, it's a discovery. You're seeing something new to you that you've never been able to witness before.
Nowhere is this more clear than the comment section of an eBird checklist.
You'll see people describing a bird with, sometimes full paragraphs. They describe it like it's a huge scientific finding and they're reporting it for the first time, and this is going back to the president. This is Lewis and Clark sending their findings back to Thomas Jefferson. They are fun to read.
We first noted the facial features. It appeared large-headed with a rather large conical bill. The head was washed green, and the bird showed a narrow but distinct eye ring. Excluding the nape, the upper parts appeared nearly scalloped. The pattern sort of strikes me as resembling an ear of corn. Maybe
Yellow throat patch.
Little yellow throat patch. Definitely full-bodied, heavy-bodied.
Heavy-bodied, conspicuous blue streaking.
Yeah. Conspicuous smell to it, too. I mean...
thoughts
Again,
on birding right now?
Well, birding's fine, honestly. It's just van life, dude.
I think a lot of people romanticize living in a vehicle and, you know, the mountains are calling and I must go. And it's not exactly like that. It really sucks, actually.
Here we are in the van. What are we doing right now? We're taping up the windows here so the cocksuckers can't get in. Duct taping every nook and cranny. It's like you need airflow. You still need air to survive. Not getting it tonight. And it's 100 fucking degrees all the time. Haven't showered in 10 fucking days. Haven't showered in 10 days. Smell like a sewer. Mosquitoes are eating my ass. Fuck this, dude. No airflow. Dude, this is birdwatching?
Dude, holy fuck. Mosquitoes love to be inside your van.
Quentin and I are road trip veterans, decorated lieutenants, and we have one rule: never pay to sleep. But when you're hours from public land where the forests have been traded for strip malls, you've got to get creative.
Thank you for calling Cracker Barrel, Better Personal Memorial. This is Kendrick. How may I help you?
I was wondering what your guys' policy was on overnight parking.
So we allow it. I think it's, I don't know how many days you can stay, but I know we do allow it.
Do you have to eat in the restaurant in order to be?
You don't have to eat at all. You just pull on up. You'll be all good.
The Cracker Barrel parking lot. Last year, we spent 42 nights under the warm neon hum of the barrel.
My tummy kind of
It's a place where you can study the full range of human plumage. No binoculars needed.
It's fucking 5:30 a.m. It's been about 40 minutes of him screaming on the phone. This is how I woke up. Yeah, so they evacuated the Cracker Barrel, and we think somebody died inside. Either there was a murder or the country gravy got somebody.
From the grits to the gallows, you know?
While in Florida, we took the opportunity to study the mindset we would need to hang with the big dogs.
No, we don't sleep in our car.
We're too old.
No.
Gosh, they've got just about every record down pat. They're the top birders in the U.S. and everywhere.
And actually, going back to our accomplishments, actually, one thing I actually forgot. Nobody has more photographs of birds in the United States than Tammy and I. We're the only people to go over 700 birds 6 times, and we did it 6 consecutive years in a row. You know, like I said, we've been number 1 in the ABA several times. We've been number 1 in the lower 48. Been number 2 a couple times too. And
Which kills him, I want you to know. Just kills him. If there was a competition for who brushed their teeth the best, he would enter the competition and win. I mean, he loves competitions, so.
I'm consistently ranked number 1 in our office and in our area. For my occupation. Our light show is the biggest light show in Southwest Florida. So it's just part of my nature. I mean, I can't help it. That's how I am.
How did the light show start? How did you get started doing the light show?
And there was a house in Cape Coral, a town near us, that kind of had a production light show to music. And he was like, hold on a minute, I got to go talk to this guy. And I thought, oh, no.
Neil Monkman is hard at work, putting the finishing touches on what he says will be the largest Christmas light display in Southwest Florida.
Do you have a better light show now than that guy?
Yes.
Yes, of course. I'm not even sure that gentleman still does a light.
Actually, I think last year might have been his last year.
In the beginning, we didn't know what was rare and what was common. We made a 40-minute detour to get our lifer great-tailed grackle. Turns out they live in every gas station dumpster west of the Mississippi. Hell, they're even in the gas stations.
Attaway. There we go. Beautiful. Nice. Beautiful. Get the door for this, man. That's good work.
That's good work, man. That's good. That's not your first time doing that.
Do you know what type of bird that is?
It's just a little black bird.
We were blind out there, but then we got let in on the secret. The rare bird email chain.
A rare bird native to South America has been spotted in downtown Corpus Christi, and it has dozens of bird enthusiasts flocking to the area to try and catch a glimpse.
Just out here catching a rare bird, and you know, it's never the place you think it'd be, in the woods or anything like that. This time it's at an oyster bar. So, and again, this is a bird that's Brazil.
Brazil.
Supposed to be in Brazil.
It's
Again,
not in Brazil.
Not in Brazil. This is Corpus Christi, Texas, unfinished city. Lots of construction. I like to call it Porcus Crispy, Texas. I think they do a lot of barbecue here. So. Sound the alarm, but I think we may have just hit 200.
200 bird, 200 bird.
The best bird watching in the country? It's near the southern border, where Big Brother has a pair of binoculars himself. South Texas, southern Arizona, home to birds you won't find anywhere else.
The more you know, man.
I thought it was like a rare bird or something.
Yeah, for real. I remember talking to one guy and he was like, yeah, you'll have trouble seeing them. He was like, yeah, they're hard to see. It's like, I guess not.
They're just coming out of the woodwork.
They're fucking making them here.
Where are we meeting these guys?
Oh, we're gonna meet them at a grocery store parking lot, of course. I mean, every good deal I've ever done has gone down in a parking lot, so.
So Fruit's pygmy owl is a really, really cool bird. It's actually my phone background.
Oh, sick.
And it's one of the smallest owls native to the United States. I think it's only bigger than elf owl and northern pygmy owl.
If you stand in one spot down here for more than a couple of minutes, someone with a badge is bound to show up. Telling them you're looking for a ferruginous pygmy owl, that's not helping.
Kind of all receded back into the King Ranch, and if you want to go see one on there, it costs you a $1 or $2. So we're gonna go see one for free.
If we don't know whose vehicle it is and it's been longer than an hour, I tend to notify management, and then management's pretty good about calling tow truck safety.
How long have you been homeschooled?
Oh man, like a year? No, like 3 years actually.
Nice. And it's specifically so you can go birding more
Yes, sir, dude.
How many birds have you seen in your life?
Like 900 species, something like that.
Yeah, shit.
For me, a big year really pushes you into the scavenger hunt mode of birding, where you're trying to get out and find as much as possible. Gets me to go to new places and places that I probably wouldn't necessarily otherwise go to, like random sewage pond in the middle of nowhere or super remote canyon up some long gravel road. Like I wouldn't just find myself in those places unless I was looking for that one specific bird.
We just got the news here that we're in the top 100 birders in the country right now. Look at that, number 99. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Let's fucking go!
A less common owl, the snowy owl, nests near the Arctic Circle. Only during severe winters do these owls go southward as far as the United States, and then usually only as far as the northern states.
The Saxon Bog itself has actually been a very well-known place to see northern owls and winter finches for decades, but there was no protection. This was just a vast area, 300 square miles of just county land, state land. Black spruce logging was increasing, and we said, this place needs a voice. And so we started Friends of Saxon Bog in 2011, decided to buy up as much land as we could, and now we're at about 25,000 acres preserved for future generations of birds and birders. And by birds, I mean every living thing, and by birders, I mean every human.
There's a bird tour guide up there.
Yeah, so you want to just find the bird tour guide vans, and you just want to stay on their ass.
Yeah.
And when they pull over, you pull over.
A lot of people who get some of those bigger numbers often rely on guides.
Oh, is he moving up?
He's moving on. We
All right.
move
on. Follow the bird van. This is how to get a guide without paying for one.
That's right.
If you're not doing it with a guide, you can almost automatically deduct 100 species from your list. Although, eBird has helped with that, but guides can make you more efficient.
Oh, he's gonna turn around.
Trying to lose us. Yep. He knows.
Are you serious? This is some kind of nature birding tour van, and it beeps really loud when you.
That's insane. Birding tours, photo workshops. Beep. It'd be so fun if we saw just go into the ditch.
Beep, beep, beep.
I'm backing up.
All right, back on the tail of this guy.
All right.
It seemed like we followed this van all year long, and eventually we had to meet the driver.
And then we looked in the rearview mirror, and you guys are like tracking us around, going up and down this road. And we went up and down this road at Saxon Bog like 12 times. Then right when it got too dark to look for birds or use your binoculars, then finally a great gray owl popped up behind a row of trees. So like shit look in a scope, but we all got it.
And we did not tip him, did we?
Fuck. Thrasher?
Oh, dude, could be that thrasher.
Barely know her. The sage thrasher. So I've said it, I've said it for years. You go to the dispensary and good things happen.
Rock runs on the rock.
You hear that? Because I hear that. Hold on, let me see the app. Not knowing any of these bird calls, we relied on eBird's cousin, Merlin, to tell us what we heard. It's made for beginners like ourselves. Serious birdwatchers don't touch the stuff. It's like using training wheels.
That's definitely a new bird.
And boy, we use the shit out of our training wheels. But sometimes your training wheels aren't available for 3 days because they have to migrate their database.
It completes our checklist for the first day of the Ivy League bird software blackout. We're just hoping it's over soon. Just do it at the old-fashioned way.
I mean, truthfully, in my opinion, the guys that birded before eBird, their records were impressive. I mean,
Because they didn't have technology. I mean, you called a hotline.
I found an old book with a bunch of these bird hotline phone numbers. I called all of them.
The number you've dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again. We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Hello?
Hey, is this the main rare bird alert phone number?
Oh my God, no. The bird thing has been gone for like over 20 years now.
Hello? Is this the Texas rare bird alert? Okay. And the only one that answered was in Ohio.
You reached the Bobbling Area Bird Hotline. Highlights are further afield where a group-built awning was found in Lorain County this afternoon. That's only the fourth record in Ohio and the first one since 1981. Norman Miller had 11 flyover white pelicans yesterday. Leroy Miller had a flyover black-crowned night heron on the second. And Alvin Miller had a redneck phalarope along Country Road 371.
A lot of Millers.
On the first, that was only a one-day wonder. That's all I have for now. If you have any birds to report, please leave a message after the beep. Thank you.
Now, why is this line still open? And why is everyone's name Miller? After a couple more phone calls, I got some answers.
Well, there's a lot of Amish in this area that don't use eBird.
Are you Amish?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to get you in trouble by talking on the phone, am I?
No.
Why is birdwatching so popular in the Amish community?
Well, it's better than a lot of other sports, isn't it?
Well, they have good farms and they still do like the hedgerow and good rotation and like keep patches of good habitat because they hunt and just respect the wildlife. So Amish people have turned up incredible rare birds and their culture is just more tied to the land and observing nature.
I think it's absolutely embarrassing that you need to take 3 days of downtime to migrate your database.
I think he's probably looking for better software.
He's looking anywhere he can. I could probably dig down to the water table and find better software.
With the bird software still down, we looked to others for guidance.
We heard this man calling from a ways away, just help, help, just kind of in the distance. And we look over and it's a guy with binoculars in a powered wheelchair, but he's stuck in the mud. And so we go over to help him and we push him out, and in exchange for pushing him out and specifically not telling his wife. He told us a lot about birds. He told us about the elegant trogon, which was a bird we'd never even heard of.
Just saw the Trojan.
Just saw the elegant Trojan. Beautiful bird. Shout out Bill. Thanks, Bill.
Painted red stars? No way. Dude, can you imagine a year ago if you would just saw yourself going, oh, it's a painted red star, oh my God.
The boys just hit 300. And at this point we're thinking, are there better bird watchers than us? I remember you asking me, you said, is there any birds you're really dying to see? And I think I pretty much immediately said Montezuma quail. Because I'd seen this picture in the book. I mean, look at this fucking thing.
There it is. That's probably good right there. Look at those things, dude. That thing's crazy looking. Montezuma quail.
Oh my God.
Let it eat. Cut it up.
I'd run through a brick wall for that bird.
Yeah. who decided to show up. Bird softer's back.
It might be this one due to the amount of bird shit.
In California, we picked up some help. Our buddy Joel. Has he ever been birdwatching before? Of course not, but he sure can write a poem.
Searching for birds in the desert where the sun is bright and warm. One hand on my knocks, while the other rests upon my great horn. Birds with bright colors, soft hoots, and unique hollers. But if you want to look at them, it's gonna cost you $17. Tits, cocks, suckers, and boobies are filling the air. Traveling to and from in a Kia Sedona, condition good to fair.
There's this name at the top of the list, this kid. He just came out of nowhere, and we were like, well, who the heck is this guy? You know, we gotta get a hold of this guy.
Birding's super competitive. A lot of people don't realize it, but there's so many people out there, trying to break records every year.
Ezekiel is chasing the Stoll's record of 751 birds.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a shot at that. If a lot of rarities show up and I get lucky and get them, then I could have a shot. But things just haven't been sticking this year. Usually they're like there for one day and they're gone.
It's been a pretty lousy, really couple years that we've had. This is like the first year we don't have a Bahama mockingbird in Florida. That Tammy and I don't. We haven't had a Zenaida dove in several years. We haven't had a Key West quail dove in several years, a Cuban peewee in several years. A lot of, black-faced scratchquit we haven't had in 3 or 4 years. So that has not helped Ezekiel out, hasn't helped us out.
Just whenever it's really slow for birds and gets like depressing outside, I just notice like God's creation around me, and that always like brightens my day. And even when I drive, like say 16 hours and miss a bird, it's still like this amazing place. Like yesterday I was just walking the beaches of Northern Cal, and it was like so beautiful, and I was like, God, thank you so much for like creating this, that I can just walk here and be in your creation. So yeah.
The only negative side of birding I've really encountered directly is people that are like hyper competitive, like when I've been doing a big year, people that will like know I'm doing a big year and like keep like not telling me about bird sightings. Like, oh, I saw this bird, but like, I'm not going to tell you.
To explore how competitive bird listening can be, we've secretly recorded what they say behind each other's backs.
Nobody ever sees her out birding. And she's got the county record for the most birds seen. She's #1 every year. We've actually caught her posting a photograph of a rare bird from the county. And my buddy found the exact same photograph on her Instagram account from 2016. There's been vagrants that they've found out about and then haven't told anyone else, when the entire rest of the country helps them get on birds. Well, you know why? Is he has friends in the review committee. If I put that picture up, it would be rejected in 5 minutes.
If birding is really competitive, why don't people just cheat?
Don't think anybody would fess up to it, but no, I'm not a stringer. Stringing is basically making up birds and stuff like that, counting things you didn't see, stretching your, lists.
There's one incident that's become a thing of legend in the birding community, Swallowgate, and it goes a little something like this. A 16-year-old birdwatcher reported North Carolina's first ever sighting of a violet-green swallow, along with a photo. The sighting was unanimously accepted by the North Carolina Bird Records Committee. I found their constitution online. It's 6,171 words. The United States Constitution is only 4,543 words.
Flash forward a couple years later, and the person
who claimed to find the violet green swallows doing a big year in North Carolina. And we're getting like reports from all these people of like just weird stuff going on, like the person claiming to be in places and they're not end up being places.
There are some of us scratching our heads.
Not pointing any fingers.
With word being that you're in Florida after Christmas through the end of the year.
Like the logistics just not working out. And, him finding all these weird birds like on the very last day to break the record. It's like, well, I suppose that's possible, but it seems very unlikely.
The current NC record holder is curious as to how you pulled these 5 out of the hat.
And so in my head, I'm thinking, if he would do that, maybe there's something weird about this violet green swallows. So 2 years later, I start digging around.
And digging around they did. The investigators put together a thorough document of evidence to refute the record.
So I decided, well, I'll download his photo and check the timestamp. And the date was from May. And not only from May, but from a week in May when it was well known on Facebook that he had been in Colorado, where violet green swallows are common.
I had friends that worked at natural history museums, and what we discovered was that these swallows have this really unique molt. They molt once a year in late summer. If this person had photographed the violet green swallow in October, as they claim,
well, it should have had fresh feathers. It should have been finished molting and be in very fresh plumage.
The violet green swallow record was rescinded, and the birder was blacklisted from the community. Flash forward a couple years.
A North Carolina man is fighting for his life this morning after being bitten by his pet king cobra.
While the guy's in a coma fighting for his life, some of the local birdwatchers took to the chat group, and they have a long memory.
You play with fire, you get burned by fire.
Harsh.
I called him out on his fake big ear. This is pure karma. Turns out I was right all along.
Is he still a birdwatcher?
He's not part of the birding community at all.
I managed to get in touch with the guy. I wanted to hear his side of the story 14 years later. He's actually kind of the man, and I'm convinced he really saw the bird. All he asked for was his identity to remain anonymous.
Man, all that was so stupid, but boiled down mostly to me being a young kid, 16 I think, and finding a really good bird. The whole bird community being what it was at the time, sort of toxic and high pressure, had me freaked out over trying to prove it. And I used the pick of one I had taken somewhere else out west to verify the record. Definitely not a great thing to do, and nothing I'll ever defend now. But the teenage brain just doesn't really work like that. I just remember thinking that the alternative was being scrutinized by a bunch of people who I was already intimidated by, and that seemed like a good enough reason. The fallout was what you'd expect, kinda shocked at the immaturity from people twice my age or more. Because now as a 29-year-old, I can't imagine being like that to a 16-year-old.
Is it funny? Is it a funny story to you
Is
yet?
it funny?
I mean, it's all kind of ridiculous, right?
We like to think we have an honor system, and when somebody breaks the honor system, that's pretty serious.
The route through Missouri is also known as the Mississippi Flyway.
The Mississippi Flyway migratory path.
It's a wood thrush. That thing is beautiful. I mean, just listen to it. That thing's nice as hell, dude. Appreciating bird song is not gay, okay? Dude, warblers, I mean, you're lucky if they stay in one place for more than a second or two. You're looking for the tiny little bird way up in the tree, behind some leaves, and it's constantly moving, bouncing around. You know, you're gonna have a sore neck. You know what type it is? Bud. The way it's holding its wings. It's holding its wings like theater kids hold their arms. Buddy, we fucking suck at this, eh? Yeah, that's it. We don't know any of the songs.
I didn't even know that was a bird. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never even heard of that one before.
Yellow-throated vireo. Yeah, I see the movement. There it is. There it is.
Not as beautiful as Scarlett Johansson, but beautiful.
Almost nothing beats her. That's bird number 400 on the ear.
Anything where you're in dense forest and it's all based on hearing a little chip or a song and trying to track it down, that's the toughest stuff.
We didn't know the calls or songs of any of these birds pouring in from South America, except one. Just after dusk, high overhead, we'd hear this familiar sound. It reminded us of soccer practice in the evenings as kids. It was a deep memory buried somewhere in my tiny little peanut brain. As Coach Jack Sett's team was steamrolling our way to our third straight title, these birds were there the whole time.
It's fucking tight is what it is.
Yeah, that common nuthook is a nice one.
It's a dick sissy.
You can just call it that and it's cool about it?
It's the name.
It's not mad, it doesn't get mad?
Dick sissy. It's not a slur, it's the name of a bird.
What's up, Dick Sissy? Birds have funny names, and a lot of them are changing.
Birds in North America will no longer be named after people. The American Ornithological Society says they're renaming dozens of birds in an effort to eliminate ties to racism.
Some are gonna hurt, but it's all the right thing. Yeah. And just makes no sense and doesn't, and it's another thing where you're not giving the bird any credit. Like Cooper's hawk, it has nothing to do with the bird.
It's a polarizing topic. People feel very strongly one way or the other.
It makes sense to create a more open and welcoming birding community because the more women and people of color, a more diverse community. Diverse and a white male bird, white supremacist that had slaves, bigoted or intolerant. I've been vegan for 20 years. Sexism, racism are problems in American culture. Older male, whiter birders. I think maybe I'm stereotyping. They're not all bad. I meet a lot of like old white guy birders who are like super friendly and fighting. Some of my closest friends are old white men.
Some people don't feel that way. Some people want it to be how it's always been. Some people want it to be like the old way, the good old days, you know?
I hate it. I don't like change. And I hate it that it has to mess with my likelihood, my likelihood, really. I mean, I don't like it.
We want, like, anybody to feel like they could be part of this. If this is like a barrier to people feeling welcome, which I think for a lot of people it is, then it's like, let's get rid of it.
You might as well change them just because it's like, instead of being called, like, Allen's hummingbird or whatever, you know, the random names are, you might as well have a descripting name so that it's easier for people that are getting into it.
And we're after the white rump sandpiper.
That's what we're after.
Somebody named Dorothy online had about 7 of them here. You know, this isn't why people get into bird watching. This is for the love of the game. This is shorebirds. They all look the same. Trying to pick one out from the bunch of brown little birds. You're next to an interstate. There's a cheap, fun, dirt cheap liquor store over there. There's a homeless guy picking berries probably 100 yards that way.
I don't know, they're like some type of berry.
Yeah, we
You
saw
can eat them, I think.
Are they good eating?
Yeah, you can eat them. They won't make you sick. Look, it's all in my hands. See the berries?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's berries in these. You can eat them. They won't make you sick.
What will make you sick is how far this little bird has to travel just to get some cloaca. Damn near the whole globe twice a year. And they don't take very many rest stops. What a poor choice of rest stop this one made.
Okay, here's one of our guys in question. The pattern.
Okay.
The streaks, and you'll see the streaks, they continue all the way down the body.
All right.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
You'd agree?
Yeah.
Based on these pixels.
I like the way you're selling it. Yeah, it's streaky.
And this is actually the image I'm most excited to show you. All these other birds got ass cracks. This one here, not even a hint of an ass crack.
Crackless ass, baby.
That's a crackless ass bird.
What bird are you drawing today?
Today I'll be drawing the least bittern.
Although this bird is common, it takes luck and patience to see one.
Which is a bird that we had a pretty good chance to see in Phoenix, but we met a guy who was drinking vodka at the park at 9 a.m., so we kind of got distracted. We needed to talk to him.
I like every goddamn bird in the world. Every goddamn time
I do my own damn thing. It seems like Satan keeps me down.
So we missed it there, but then later on we saw them at the local march at home near St. Louis. And we were hearing them out in the reeds, you know.
Yeah, there it is. Hell yeah.
We just wanted to get a better look, so.
What do we need to come back here with?
A boat. We need a boat.
Do we have a boat?
We don't have a boat, so we're gonna make a boat.
And that's an unmistakable sound. That's the sound of
engineering is what
creativity. Doesn't matter what the thing looks like, you know, it's how it performs.
The HMS Bittern, maiden voyage.
Although we shared some similar engineering principles, I had nothing to do with what happened deep under the North Atlantic last summer.
That's a common gallinule.
I have a pretty drastic lean going on.
Yeah, it looks like you're damn near gonna tip. That is dangerously close to just scooping up water.
This could be a solo mission for a while.
My boat did last the whole time. My boat was fine when we pulled it out of the water. Like, I could have gone again. I could have gone all day long. Where were you? Where your boat? I can't remember how your boat went.
We have a bit of an emergency here on board the Titan II. We've taken on quite a bit of water. I put out an SOS message. It's a solo mission from now on.
I see it. It's filling up like a balloon.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
I'm sinking bad. I'm sinking in a bad way.
Oh, no. My colleague did go down with his ship, but he left me this oar. So now I have 2 shitty oars. I definitely just heard one right over there. Bittern right over there. I have to pull out the camera. Hopefully not drop it in.
Now that's success. That's what success looks like. That's success right there.
That's at least Bittern, if I've ever seen one. And I have. I saw it from a boat that I made myself.
People will do just about anything to get a new bird on their list. It's a classic case of Icarus. You can easily fly too close to the sun.
Cuba, I've been to Cuba, got how many species in Cuba? 85. No photos because we snuck into Cuba. All you do is tell the customs agent, pardon señor, no stamp on mi passport, necesito para americano, we're in trouble. So we went on the tour. They took us around. Cubans took us on the tour. But of course we can't take any notes when we don't want to have any notes on our person. We're stupid. Anyway, bottom line is we don't have any pictures. But I fortunately had a little tiny booklet. I wrote the birds we saw and where we saw them.
Nice.
The study says that 52% of extreme birdwatchers have rolled the dice for a new lifer.
And that bastard hit me so fast I didn't even have time to blink or try to back away or anything. He had my arm, just grabbed me just like that. He came like 90 miles an hour. And I jerked my arm away before he could quite lock on, but he cut top and bottom on my left arm. He cut to the bone with his teeth. So I've got like 10 gashes top and 10 gashes bottom, clean to the bone. We weren't going to go to the doctor because I consider myself a tough guy, and I don't do that. I know some plants like golden seal and comfrey and mullein that are very good disinfectants.
Mm-hmm.
And I scalded the leaves and then used the salve and wrapped it in leaves, and you wouldn't believe it, in 2 days that sucker was healed up. I was carrying a camera around. 3 days. It never got pussy, never got discolored, never got smelly.
As much as a big joke this whole thing was for us, for a window in the spring, Quentin was taking it pretty seriously.
And this is the first new bird we've had in probably 3 days, so I don't have to spaz today.
What happens when he doesn't see a new bird for a while?
It's grumpy.
I got sucked in, you know? I got sucked in too far, and I would get mad. I would get grumpy when we wouldn't see a new bird. That's tough to swallow when you're like, Jesus Christ, did I really get pissed because I didn't see a blue-throated warbler or whatever the fuck?
I try not to get too bummed out in the situations because anytime I go chase a rare bird, I never tell myself I'm going to for sure get it. Even if tons of people are seeing it, I'm like, I've had situations like that where like there's a crowd of people and the bird disappears right before I get there, or the bird gets eaten right before I get there.
And I said, so where's the bird? And he said, oh, I've got great pictures. Look at me, look at my pictures. And he shows you the back of his camera, and it's a peregrine falcon eating the lesser sandpiper.
So we're talking 12 hours from here
and
to
it was
there.
not a cheap flight, but it was a life bird, and it had been there for a few days, and we really wanted the bird.
This is what birders do, you know, like we get out there, look for birds, and sometimes we miss them, sometimes we get them. And it makes it more exciting too when you get the bird that you chased, you know, driving 20 hours overnight to get a bird and then not getting it is super disappointing and sucks and you hate your life. But then getting a bird the next day, it's like, oh my gosh, I love this hobby.
With birding, there's different types of obsessed. Alex here is obsessed with making eBird checklists. He makes about 15 a day.
I think I'm over 74,000 now, so working towards 100,000. An eBird is just like the full picture of my life everywhere I go.
So my friend Alex Lamrome, he lists pretty much every bird he sees. I remember a story, me, Alex, and Steve were talking, and he literally was saying that he eBirds like pigeons on the side of a highway.
Like a great example is rock pigeons.
And I was like, are you fucking serious?
The way it is, I've like had so many close fender benders, and it's just a little unsafe to constantly be texting while driving. My girlfriend hates it. Yeah. Oh, multiple times, yeah.
According to the study, birding ruined date night for 57% and the whole relationship for 18%.
To keep the marriage, you know, still intact, we kind of have made a pact that if he sees the bird and I don't see it, he doesn't count it until I see that species at some point. And if I don't see that species, then he never can count that bird.
With serious listers, just seeing the bird isn't enough. The goal is to color in the map. Every county becomes its own little game board. Alex, a fully grown adult man, has driven way out of his way to a Texas cemetery in search of a hermit warbler, a bird he's seen hundreds of times in 4 other states. Why? Because that specific bird wasn't in his Cameron County, Texas box yet. It's part birdwatching, part tax preparation, and fully ridiculous.
Cameron County is my top county. This would be my 348th bird for Cameron County. And there was a Cassin's kingbird seen on the island, which I don't have that yet either, so it'd be awesome to get to 350 on this trip.
So much freedom. I love sleeping in a car.
Oh, it looks just like scissors. Not none of those safety scissors either. Those are the real deal. We're trying to look for a black capped vireo. It looks like it's wearing a helmet, so I figured if I wear a helmet, it'll feel comfortable around me. And then I can take an image of it, share a moment with it. If you're asking for better looks than that, you are certainly asking a lot. From the book to real life, man, that's what we do. You look at a bird in the book and you say, I want to go see that bird. And then you get in your car and you go.
What birds did we see today?
Western flycatcher. Black-headed grosbeak. Western wood peewee. And something else?
Clark's grebe.
Clark's grebe, dude. How could I forget? We woke up and there it was.
Take a gander in that pond. Take a gander in that pond. Take a gander in...
By now, you've probably seen a lot of birds. And you think that you're ready to see your lifer Clark's grebe? Follow me. First step is to find the nearest all-women's correctional facility. There should be free parking adjacent to the prison.
All those inmates. What's up, ladies? You can camp right next to a female prison. It's free.
Next, your colleague is going to have to use a restroom. However, the nearest restroom is unusable.
Did you poke your head in there? I did have a poke. What did you think of it? It's pretty good, right?
It's pretty much just as you described it. So that's a hover. Definitely, you're looking at a hover here.
Consequently, your colleague will have to use a ditch next to the van.
It was so bad I didn't even use it. I just took a shit in that ditch.
No matter how trivial it may seem, this final step is very important. In the morning, you must listen to 2009 pop hits.
Whoa, whoa.
Now, if you followed all the steps correctly, take a gander in that pond. See if all your hard work is paid off.
We wake up and immediately we've got a bird.
Did you wake up in the morning feeling kind of greeby?
It's either western grebe or Clark's grebe. The black on the western grebe's head extends down over the eyes, right? Covering the eyes. Covering the eyes. The Clark's grebe does not, you know, its eyes exposed. It's just in a sea of white. Much like the bird I've just photographed out there in that lake.
Congratulations. Your life for Clark's grebe.
It's June 8th. Have you gotten tired of bird watching yet? Yeah, several different times. It's come back around, but I am growing tired of it. But I still am doing it. Like I just, peeked around to look at that red-winged blackbird. It's a disease, I think.
Do you hear that? That's a Hammond's flycatcher. A sound I can call out now. 6 months ago, I could not do that. No idea what those are.
McGilliry's warbler.
Holy fuck. And I'm the sick man?
I'm just guessing.
I kind of feel like everyone's a birder and they just don't know it yet. It's like, have you ever looked at a bird and been like, oh wow, it's red, it's blue, it's yellow, like you're a birder. Like, get over it, accept it.
One of the guys on our roller hockey team is actually pretty into hummingbirds.
Well, I've been a hummingbird guy. I've always let my grandmother started out, get feeders out. But like I said, it's a seasonal thing, and where this story unfortunately has to go is calling my neighbor out that left their feeder out too long, because a poor hummingbird filled itself up with so much nutrients and got so comfortable that it forgot to migrate with the other birds. And I was very hopeful for that bird's safe return to its family, or safe return this year, but hummingbird feeders are out. I've seen a couple other ones, and he's not with us because the neighbor. I gotta blame the neighbor for that. So, like I said, get your hummingbird feeders out now, but get them in. Get them in before deer season.
How many hummingbird feeders do you think you got?
Over 10, less than 20. I have a dozen hummingbird feeders, if not 15, but not 20. I'll have 20 by the end of this year. Yeah. Clear or nothing. Don't buy the red water. None of this bullshit. This red one back here is a glass one. That was my first one. That's a dandy. That'll hold half a pitcher.
Our goalie has a great barred owl impression.
Yeah, you hearing that? That's a little more relaxed. No, yeah. It's not in distress. That's an owl that's not worried it's had a...
Yeah.
That's an owl that's
Dude,
well
I called
rested.
hey, I went outside my backyard the other night and heard one called
it,
and it came back.
You know, we just realized that actually everybody's kind of a little bit of a bird watcher. Everybody knows the bald eagle.
And the eagle, it's badass, It'll just destroy, demolish anything,
Fuck yeah,
it kills its prey.
If you have some interest in watching and enjoying birds, like, you're a birder. You've joined the club.
To find bird 447, we needed another set of eyes.
And this is parking lot fucking, I don't know, peanut butter.
What are you looking at? Leave her alone. It's not your recipe.
Bird 447 lives way up high. You see, Quentin spotted most of the birds that we saw last year. So, whenever I spotted one first, I got excited. I got a little too excited.
Holy shit. Hey! Got one.
Now, how do you think I found that ptarmigan? You think I just fucking harmonized with the alpine wind, aligned my chakras, and the bird showed itself? Nope. I called it in with an iPhone 15 Pro.
Playback is something you do whenever you're not seeing the bird that you want to see, and you get on the app and you blast the breeding song and you wait for that bird to show up.
Playback is in an ethical gray area. There are things you definitely shouldn't do to see a bird, like spook and shoot.
Excuse me, do you know if you're allowed to do spook and shoot here?
I don't know what that means.
Spook and shoot, it's
like to scare them and then take a
yeah,
picture.
you honk your horn or you rev your engine and you get good flight shots like that. You're not allowed to do
You just
that.
have to wait for it.
Okay, gotcha.
Or trespassing.
Yeah, Owen's always talking all this shit about how I'm a crazy person, but here he is, trespassing on an oil field so we can take a look at a thrasher. And I'm the crazy guy.
And there are things that most people are cool with, like pishing.
Pishing, everybody pishes, right? Psh, 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 psh. And that works, that's like gold sometimes.
It's a good piss you got.
Thanks. Yeah,
It's a good piss.
Some stuff, man.
You're gonna piss your pants if you do that too much.
I got the Alcatero. Got him. In this Doug fir here, there's a couple birds, and he's a little bit higher up in the Doug fir. It's a male with a nice bright orange head.
But what about playback? The ABA website says you should limit your use, as it can stress the birds, while the Audubon website says it shouldn't be used at all.
No, I'll use playback, and then if it comes in, I'll usually stop. Sometimes I won't, sometimes I will.
I don't like it.
Playback gets to be a problem if it's a place where there's a lot of other birders around. You don't want to confuse other birders and like have people come running thinking they're hearing this unusual bird, and it's just you playing.
I mean, just came out of the woods there. Just as soon as, so I was like, yeah, I'll play a little bit of playback for this woodpecker. Yeah. That's outstanding.
It's fucking awesome, kind of.
There's gonna be an eBird checklist. It's like herd only.
Bird only, didn't ever get eyes on it, but I definitely heard a clear call distinct from the hairy woodpecker.
Our playback use over time looked a little something like this. We stopped cold turkey about halfway into the year when we found out it was controversial. But later on, like a drug addict, we had several relapses, mostly for the three-toed woodpecker.
We're looking for the free-toed woodpecker. Why is this bird so hard to find? What about somebody who's like really good at mimicking a bird call?
Yeah, I feel more okay with that.
Because it's more like, You got to try harder. You
Yeah,
you
like
have to know the call.
Exactly.
Okay.
You think a little higher? Or?
Maybe a little higher. Yeah.
Still good?
Yeah. Right on the money.
I'm about to have binoculars, a camera, and a little flute on me, so I'm eligible to get my ass kicked today.
We failed to call in the owl, but we did call in some help.
Oof, that one was a little rough. Takes me a little while to warm up. I'm more of a twitcher. I will go after just about anything in Washington that is new for a state list. So I've had a lot of, you know, overnight drives and stuff for birds in Washington, but probably never anything more than like 20 hours of driving in Washington. That would be hard to do.
When I started using eBird, kind of got me hooked like big time. I would say after like a couple months using eBird, I was like definitely all
We stopped at a sewage pump. A couple mallards and a Townsend's warbler and a spotted sandpiper. That was basically it. There's not much more I like than owling. That's what I've been doing for the past 3 nights up till now anyways.
And then start heading down the gulch some towards where the flammies are, so we don't miss pygmy window and stuff like that. Gotta get that dialed in a little bit more, but close. There's one.
Yeah, you hear it?
That bird's pretty close.
Yeah, it's not that far.
That'll come in if I play it a little more.
Right up there, yeah.
Right against the trunk.
Pygmies, flammies, saw-whets, you name it, these kids had owls on a string, and we were just lucky to be dangling on the end of it.
I don't really know why I list stuff. I just kind of have a tendency to do that. Yeah, I list birds. I'll list stuff at a county, hotspots, patches, states, countries, whatever. It's just something about my personality. I like having like a neat list.
Just got a drug deal on camera, all good. Does he have a foot-long churro? Yeah. I mean, that's 100%. Yep, just went into the pocket.
He just traded a bag of meth for a churro.
This is why I love the Northwest.
Living in a car like a bum has its advantages for the birdwatcher.
A lot of times we just leave the vehicle at sunlight. It might be 5:30, 6 a.m. I'm already birding. Grab my binos, have a piss. I'm on a lifer, you know?
Wake up and immediately start birding.
Most of the time it's great, you know, you wake up to the birds, but other times you wake up and you're like, what's that smell, you know?
Yeah, don't touch with your hand, I wouldn't say.
And this is a lawn chair, I'm guessing.
Oh, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, that's a large dog.
Now, most big ear birders aren't waking up to dead animals that were dumped by their $3,500 minivan because they have a lot of money. The record holder in '89 spent $140,000 on his big ear. Turns out, chasing small birds is big business. According to Fish and Wildlife, birdwatchers in the U.S. spend $107 billion on birding trips and equipment every year.
We don't keep track. I don't want to know.
It's kind of one of those things that we know it's not a small amount of money.
No.
So we don't ever add it up.
There are outliers, however. This is Fred, an Australian birdwatcher we met on the side of the road in Cannon Beach, Oregon. He had no money. He was riding his bike from Los Angeles to Vancouver looking for birds.
Yeah, it's stinge mode out here, man. It's like, yeah, I'm Mr. No Money.
And where did you sleep last night?
I slept just in the bushes up in the woods up on the mountain there. I've seen over 530 birds in my life. That's a shitload of birds.
Right.
Oh, I did get my first bald eagle
Bald
the other day. Yeah, first bald eagle. Fucking absolutely salute. Stand up straight for that. Got my first bald eagle. That was good.
Yeah.
American dipper. That was
Ooh,
nice.
did you
American.
take a dip with it?
No. Is that customary?
That's our homie right there. Right back. Right back, dude. You gotta be in here. You gotta be one with the dipper. You wanna go see some puffins?
Yeah, I want to see some puffins.
Let's go.
I'm frothing puffins today. I'm obsessed.
Dude,
I'm going to lose it. If I don't see any puffins, you boys are in trouble. Oh, fuck. Yes.
Tell me
Look.
that's not a puffin.
And what a tuft on him. What a glorious bastard. Yes. Yeah, I'll get those tufts out. Woo. Oh, the boys back home are going to be jealous.
I can't believe we just ran it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
I hope I run into you again in the future.
Bear sparrow. That's our guy. That's our guy. Go ahead and save that recorder. Here we go. And this is a very sought after bird for some reason. Again, we've been after it for 3 days now. And we've just been driving these hot ass roads in the plains. And it's fucking brutal.
And that actually would have been bird number 500 on the year, but we just had one taken away from us. So you check here, and you know I love getting an email like this. Your insert bird name observation in eBird, and Mr. Ryan Merrill is telling us that he's taking away our gray flycatcher observation. Again, this is a guy. This is a sighting of 3 weeks ago in Spokane. And this is a guy who wasn't there who's telling me what bird I saw. So, and you know what? He's probably right. Let's be honest.
I mean, birding's basically just an honor system. Nobody's really going through and checking your lists for the most part.
Thank you guys for being so on our fucking dick about bird IDs. I super appreciate it. It's really, we're learning here. We're all learning. Thank you. Thank you guys.
I got that a little hot. Tonight we're having pinto beans, rice with jalapeno. So it's, you know, just another variation of the same meal. This, you know, we've been hitting the black beans pretty hard. So we're gonna switch to pinto tonight. Just kind of see how that goes. While tonight's meal is much the same, the location of the kitchen tonight is a little different. It's just on the side of a road, just a farm road tonight, next to a marsh. It's pretty interesting. Usually it's in the forest or a parking lot. Okay, here's the voice that we're gonna listen for. Makes 2 or 3 clicks, sounding like pebbles being tapped together, repeated in a long series, usually heard at night. And they say you'll never see this bird. It even says in the book or on the app, if you see a yellow rail in the open, you're not seeing a yellow rail. That's how confident they are that you won't see this bird. But you might hear this. I mean, if you would have told me last year that I'd be spending my midnight banging 2 rocks together on some back road in North Dakota, I would have told you, you're wrong. I'm not doing that. But here I am doing it.
And why does man fight mosquitoes? She hungrily punches right through the skin and sucks her victim's blood to fill her stomach. Mosquitoes breed in water. Stagnant water in a swamp like this is a good breeding place.
Dude, I know you're not pissing right now.
I'm surprised there's room for 4 mosquitoes on the head of my... We just heard a bird click from the grass, and that's, you know, that's like a huge deal in this community, is to hear a small shy bird in the grass go click, 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 click for just 5 seconds.
500 is certainly the absolute standard. You know, that's the main level. What did I say you guys might get? 620? Did I predict 620?
Yeah,
Ooh, I know. You got a lot, you got a ways to go. Because the second half of the year, a big year gets harder and harder.
We've gone to all these areas, you know, these burned dead tree areas where it says that they love, you know, and haven't seen one. So it's like, do they really love these areas? I don't know. We've been to a lot of them. We've tried not doing playback, just listening. We've tried doing playback egregiously. We've tried having other people try to show it to us, and he said, oh yeah, it should be no problem.
I mean, if we go up for the free-toed, will it still light out? That's no problem. I would be more surprised if we tried for it and missed it. Yeah, I got it.
Didn't see it.
Sounds remarkably similar to a squeaky toy.
Look at dog toy aisle effect, oh no? Check that out, eh? Slightly thicker bill.
Thicker than some of them bills they write in Congress.
Still rolling. Nice, dude. That's our guy.
Yeah, what is that?
That's a northern beardless tyrannulet.
Say that again.
Northern beardless tyrannulet.
Ando bien marihuano, ando en el
Today we're at the rare bird location. We're looking for a rose-throated Bacard. Some people are calling it a Beckard.
Rose-throated Beckard.
Come on.
It's out of range, so its normal range would be in Mexico. Purple means it's there all year long. Orange is the summer range, and the gray is the range of vagrancy. So it just tips into southeast Arizona in the range of vagrancy. In other words, it's a vagrant. It's out of its normal range.
We try really hard when we're at a rare bird to
Make sure that we're
make
both
sure
on
we're
the bird.
together. We go to the bathroom at the same time.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, well, and again, that happened to a couple where there was what's called a dark-billed cuckoo that came into the east coast of Florida, and we went down and got it. This couple showed up next day, and they had flown in, drove over, and first thing he said was, "Hey, I got to go to the bathroom." And she said, "Let's get the bird and then go to the bathroom." He said, "No, I got to go now." So he went to the bathroom. She went, got the bird. The bird left. Never seen it again.
And by the time he got out of the bathroom, the bird was gone.
I just got the Bacard. Quentin's taking a shit. He's right out there. I saw it. He hasn't seen it yet. He's coming back from taking a shit. There he is. Dude, it's right there. It's perched up so beautifully right there. Why aren't you firing away? Buddy, it's right fucking there. It's just hard to see. It's in there.
Describing the location of a bird to somebody who doesn't see it yet is a skill.
Right next to the pole, the wooden pole.
In the corner, kind of, see how the pond kind of goes straight out that way?
On the dolly that looks like a stick, but it's a metal dolly.
Edge of the water, just to the right of the wiffle ball.
I'll look for a wiffle ball.
Do you see the sycamore, the thinner white tree?
Yeah.
No bark on it?
Oh, I see the wiffle
right
ball.
on the head. Yeah, just to the right of the wiffle ball.
It's back behind that slanted log, the bigger slanted log.
Straight out in the middle there?
Yeah, just kind of like right in there. It's just to the right of the left stump.
I'd argue it's just to the left of the right stump.
Oh shit! I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Find it. Yeah, I got it. That's it, baby. Rose-throated Beckard with no rose throat. From the outside, you might hear rare bird, and you're like, "Oh shit, exotic!" Like brightly colored. Like, a lot of times that just means like a dumpy little brown bird washed up in someone's backyard, and they're like, "Holy fuck, this isn't usually here." Everybody, come in, get it on your county list, like.
I don't know, like it's cool to be that excited about a bird, but I think it was just to get it on their list. Yeah. And I don't know, like you think of the carbon footprint that's caused by all this like chasing and rarity stuff, and not to say that's wrong, I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Birdwatchers are flocking to a San Francisco park hoping to catch a glimpse or take a photo of a bird that's never before seen in California.
Today we're in San Francisco, the city, and we're looking for a slate-throated redstart. A slate-throated redstart. A rare bird. We just started talking to random people at the park, non-bird watchers. We just started asking them about if they had seen a rare bird.
We haven't seen him, but everybody else has.
Okay.
It's not here. He's in the over the trees here.
Okay. Okay.
Do you know what it looks like? We've seen pictures of it. Do you know what it's called?
Redstart.
Look on the Google.
Okay, Google it?
Yeah.
That's the best because they don't give a shit about birds, but they're just catching like tertiary information.
Most of them kind of were up there.
Okay.
Almost to the end is where I've seen people kind of stop and look through the bushes.
Did they have those great big like telescope camera things?
Some of them, yeah.
Do you know what the bird looks like?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm not a birder.
Oh,
so, and I've asked, the birders aren't that friendly to me.
Really?
But although somebody said, a friend of mine said, oh, they were very friendly to him, so must be me.
The bird was over there, and some guy came breathlessly with his camera and binoculars. He had just driven up from LA. It's a 600-mile drive.
Or southeast side of the pond. It was just right in here.
Guys, you got it.
Over here.
It's right in here somewhere. Here it is, right here.
No, that's a sparrow.
No,
It's a sparrow.
that's it. No, that's a sparrow. Sorry.
Song sparrow. And then one of the guys spots it. Some guy spots it. Stumbling, tripping over branches. Incredible. I heard a guy fart. Like, just fart from excitement. It's fucking awesome. We got just brief looks at this little bird. It was just like a quick little flash of gray and red through the binoculars, through the camera. I mean, there was a woman who was almost in tears, just immediately texting her loved ones, calling them, letting them know that she did in fact see the small little bird. I mean, all these people ended up being on the boat the next day.
We were told we weren't really going to have a sense of this whole bird watching thing without getting on a boat.
All right, it's the night before our big boat trip, big seabirding boat bout here. And we're stealth camping in the marina parking lot, of course, naturally. What do we got on the menu tonight?
Well, we're doing some science here. Quentin is going to be the control group. Now, if we're anything, it's men of the scientific method. We'd never really been on an ocean boat before. So, I took half a pill of diamond hydramine and ate. So here's my half pill there, a little more than half.
There it is.
Picking out a little bit.
Half pill and half Moon Bay.
And Quentin was our control group. He didn't take anything, except for a little bit of mushrooms. We accidentally booked the boat trip with the varsity team. We had some real birdwatching all-stars on board. Ezekiel Dobson, Alex Lamoureux, and the guy who farted the day before.
My mushrooms just hit. They just hit.
This is Alvaro, and he's the coolest guy on this boat, and it's not even close.
Ocean birds, you know, it's kind of like the final frontier of birding in a sense. Like you just, it's a little insane. It's a little intense. You know the thing came from halfway across the world, and there you are on this little pin on the ocean, on this little boat, and you're like 30 people around you, and you're the only humans that are seeing that rarity. It's pretty cool.
You know, we barely did research on the land birds. The seabirds we did no research on.
Alex, what kind of birds are those?
Those are marbled murrelets. Two tiny ones.
They breed in the old growth redwoods.
We also had Nigel Thornberry on board. He yelled out clock numbers for 10 hours straight for some reason.
Going away at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock now. 9 o'clock above horizon.
Going left. 2 o'clock. Still flying around, it's 9 o'clock.
All you see is like a little gray dot just traveling across the ocean while you're holding on to the rail and just going, yep, oh, yep, that's my lifer. Mm-hmm. That's my lifer.
Basically, nobody gets sick, you know, actually, like, that's insanely rare to actually get somebody to get seasick on our trips. I mean, I tell you the truth, I think you'd have to be kind of a lightweight to get seasick on our trips. They're very comfortable boats.
I think just one bout of it and I should be good. I think since it's out now, I think I'm good from here on out. Arctic turn right overhead.
While Q was vomiting, I was slowly getting nauseous and dehydrated. And the last thing I heard before I fainted was
Guadalupe Merlet.
We just saw a single Guadalupe murrelet off the front of the boat.
And how
First time I've ever seen that.
And how are you feeling right now?
Pretty pumped, pretty sunburned, pretty hungry.
I think you're doing better than us right now.
So I got 7 new yearbirds today, which puts me at 722 for lower 48. Let's go.
So I'm now officially the youngest birder ever to reach 700 species in the lower 48. Well, I guess you could say it's 722, but 700 is just a big like mile marker. I think the previous record before that was 680, and he was 20 years old. So yeah, beat him by a year and crushed him by 20 birds. So.
I knew it would be very difficult for him to set a record, but the record I thought he had a very high probability of hitting was being the youngest birder to ever hit 700. So I told him every time I would talk to him, what's your time horizon? When are you going to hit it? You've got to hit it before you're 20. You've got to hit it before you're 20. And he mapped it all out. He said, okay, I think I can. I think I can. And sure enough, he did.
He's approaching your guys' record, and I was wondering, do you think he's going to break the record?
Well, absolutely. At this point, he's only a few birds away, and he's still got months to go. The biggest reason he was able to do that, obviously, is because there's like 20 or more birds that have been accepted as countable from what there were last year. So most of that is not. I mean, they'll probably add more birds next year. He's got about 10 parrots and great tit, and European goldfinch. Just the list goes on of birds that they've added to the list since we did it in 2022.
So they're making it easy now, huh?
Every year it gets easier. I mean, I guess we could, Ruben and I may have to do it again next year in a year or two and show Zeke Dodson that he's not top dog.
Black Turnstone didn't know that was a bird until today.
Fucking so far away.
Lost it. I fucking lost it through the thing. God damn it. There it is.
California condor. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's a beautiful bird. You guys are beautiful. It's just as far as this thing can go, it's just little spinning birds out in that water. Just woke up. I mean, Quentin's flinging the door open. We're camping off the side of a highway last night, just to pull off. And Quentin's on Thrasher. You can probably hear it in the background.
Sometimes it just works out.
I mean, did you even have a morning piss?
I just pissed, yeah. The only things I've done this morning are piss and grab my camera. My eyes, they still don't work. They don't work yet. That's my life for California Thrasher right there. And you're not gonna ever fucking take that away from me, okay? Nobody's taking that away from me. Not eBird, not Merlin, not Cornell, not the fucking Park Service. Nobody's taking this fucking shit away from me, okay? This is my lifer. I saw this bird, and nobody's taking it away, okay? I hear it, too. I'm tired of these fucking assholes who work for the bird software. Say, oh, you didn't wear this. You didn't see that. Oh, you weren't there at the right time. There's no way. Fuck you. Fuck.
Check this out.
I have a fever right now. My throat's killing me. The van's dead.
People that haven't done a big year, they sit there and they, oh, that just sounds so exciting and glamorous.
2010 Kia Sedona, CV axle and axle nut, passenger side. It's just the base model. Yeah, couldn't swing the LX.
The beak to head ratio is bigger on the hairy than it is on the downy. It's actually just a bigger bird in general.
The voltage down there, it should be better. The vibes have gone south.
I'm not even gonna try to be positive right now, there's no point.
Whew, smoked that thing. That's a dinger. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah! Hold that thing up like the Stanley Cup. There's your problem, son.
And I think the even harder part, and this would be where it'd get me, is the endurance. Just, you got to put one foot in front of the other, and you're like, oh crap, I don't want to go out. It's 95 degrees, 95% humidity, and that bird might not be there. It's a 3-hour drive one way, and
You get to a point and you're just like, I mean, this is insane, you know? This isn't, to me, this isn't worth it, especially somebody who's kind of from the outside.
Come on, you cum guzzler. Oh, we still got a bunch of left.
Let me tell you what, you go like this, you hold two of them, you go, beep. Guess what? Price just got cut in half. This country is so big, and you have to go like everywhere in the country to see enough birds to be in the power rankings or whatever the fuck it is. I like bird watching, but I don't like it in the competitive sense. But we're gonna finish out the year because that's what we set out to do, and we're doing this because we want to explore this subculture of America. And when you do that, you dive all the way in, you know? For me, it takes a lot of fun out of it because I do love bird watching now. It's fun as fuck. You see these little birds flying around. I didn't think twice about it before all this. I didn't think about there's different types of sparrows.
It was here that I realized this is a classic case of the hero's journey. You remember that old story structure that dusty 8th grade English teacher wouldn't shut up about? It goes like this. The hero starts out in the ordinary world.
Thought about how crazy it would be if you knew all the birds in that book.
Then they act on an adventure.
seeing as many species as you can in one calendar year.
And then doubt starts to set in.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what that is.
And then they meet a mentor.
And actually, going back to our accomplishments.
And then they fully commit.
Look at that number 99.
And then the grind sets in.
This is a common mosquito. And why does man fight mosquitoes?
And then they get close to the ordeal.
I am growing tired of it.
And then they hit the ordeal.
You know what? I like bird watching, but I don't like it in the competitive sense.
But usually after the ordeal, the hero gets a reward.
Buddy, what are you doing with those? What's your plan? You're either late or early.
Yeah, the grass was fucking bomber today.
You were playing Blitzkrieg Bop through the headphones in your nose. That was pretty awesome. I remember being pretty blazed, just laying in the cot, just in and out of consciousness. And then Owen sitting outside of the van, just pretty high, just going, woodpecker. And I just woke up. I just heard him just go, woodpecker. We both look outside, and it's the three-toed woodpecker, the thing we'd been looking for months.
No, you were asleep 30 seconds ago.
I know, I just woke up. Shit's crazy. It's got 3 toes.
We learned a couple valuable lessons from this little three-toed bird.
It turns out if you don't use playback, and you just take a couple edibles at the top of a ski hill, that the bird's just gonna show right up. It's actually gonna wake you up.
Like, you're literally just doing a big year to, like, be competitive and say, like, I, achieved this thing. Like, what is that doing for birds? Like, it's not really adding anything since it's already been done so many times. Not to say, like, you can't do more, but, like, I don't know, like, why is that kind of the epitome of success when it's not really doing anything for birds?
Warning about the
number of
disappearance
birds in North America
of
has
billions
declined
of
by
birds
3
in the
billion
US
in the
and
last 50
Canada.
years.
Hardest hit, grassland birds like sparrows and goldfinches losing
With
more than
birds living
half
in
their
Canadian and American
population.
grassland habitats experiencing the biggest drops in population.
All over the world, insect species are disappearing at an alarming rate.
The birds need a space to breed. They need a space to stop on migration, which is a whole string of endless spots. And then they need the wintering grounds. There's birds that are going to go extinct before I ever have a chance to see them for sure. But it's very sad. So.
This is the entrance to our favorite birdwatching spot. They tore down a patch of the woods and built a bunch of apartments.
You know, maybe there's a fourth one in there. And you know, we wouldn't have parked so close had we known.
Yeah.
So we're thinking we're gonna bring a cone here and just put a cone by it. I don't know if that is that chill or is that we're just kind of looking out.
The next time we checked up on it, we marked it with flags so nobody would mess with it.
Yeah, I took them from like they were marking like a water pipe or something. Nothing important. Just checking up on this killdeer nest. Looking good.
And then we went to go see if they finally hatched.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Oh. They mowed it. Look, the flags are just strewn about. They killed a whole bunch of killdeer. They were cooking for so long.
They were probably like almost all the way about to hatch.
We checked in like 4 separate times. Put the flags up and everything. Holy shit. I mean, how many times does this happen every day? You know?
This is right up there with 9/11. Dude, what are 4 little brown and black speckled eggs supposed to do against those 2 big bucks?
Nothing, dude.
The best thing, you know, people can do, the quickest thing to save birds is either buying habitat, preserving habitat, putting your own land under a permanent conservation easement. As a common person, that's what I can do, you know, is set aside land for wildlife.
There's ways to develop urban areas and cities that doesn't involve destroying habitats.
Mine's the same. I got the white tape and it's just so dirty, and I have hockey tape where I've like taped where this stuff is falling off, you know?
Yeah.
So sick.
So this is the trusty ride.
That's good. Synergy, man.
Yeah. All right, let's go see some stuff.
Let's do it.
Like, that's just one of those, you're like, what? Like, you know?
Yeah. You're like, that's kind of an exotic bird. And then, meanwhile, there's like a dump truck over there.
Yeah, so yeah, this used to be a dump. And yeah, there were just like tons of tires and just trash. But the Army Corps of Engineers came in and cleaned it up. And since then, there have been like over 200 species of birds documented here in this riverbed. So like we're, I don't know, a mile from downtown. When the cliff swallows were here, they built all their nests, so they were living right under here. It's great to go off chasing birds and stuff, but I think sometimes if we tell people that you have to go chasing stuff, then you tell people who live away from where the chasing happens that birding is not for them. And if you tell them that birding is not for them, then you tell them that where they live is not worthy of protection and worthy of care.
Phoebe?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of birds.
Yeah. This is the spot, man.
And I think we think of like nature and wildlife like that in general. A lot of people like nature and wildlife, something you go out to see. It's not where you are. But the more you pay attention to those kind of things, the more you realize like, no, nature, birds, wildlife, it's around us all the time.
I have a job where I sit in an office all week and I spend 40 hours just thinking about like, oh, I wish I could go outside. And then I come outside and like all of the like negative feelings I have at work just wash away. It's like all of my stress is gone because I'm just living.
Birding has kept me sane and feeling like healthy and connected to the world, and like times when like everything feels really dark, I still have the birds. And like honestly, that's why I got like the bird tattoos. Like it's a reminder of like the things that bring me joy and that are beautiful in the world.
All this happy gumball candy cane talk is in stark contrast to the competitive side of birding. I reached out to one of the most accomplished listers in the country. He told me his big year nearly killed him.
It's purely a listing game, so just by the nature of that, you're giving up the real, true, like, essence of birding and bird watching. And
I think listing is fine, but I think the problem is that's like the only reason people are birding a lot of the time.
That's what it seems like.
And I really don't like that.
Yeah.
And I think eBird is also a really great tool, and I actually used it in my master's work. So, I mean, it's amazing, and it's an amazing source, and you can learn a lot, you know, from these millions of observations that get submitted.
Sure.
But I think especially for people getting into birds, it's kind of detrimental because that's all they're caring about.
If eBird didn't exist, would you still go bird watching?
No. No.
eBird has been so ingrained in their way of birding, or at least their way of like documenting and consolidating or whatever, that it might really challenge like their like, you know, am I really just interested in it for the birds, or is this listing component, you know, taking over?
The whole listing and chasing birds and one-upping your friends in one way or the other, but it's kind of all left me at this point. It's really about enjoying being outside, nature, and it's kind of a total joy of birding, you know. It sounds corny, but it really is.
What's my ABA list, or what's my county list, or state list, and backyard list, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, at some point, at least for me, I'm like, I kind of want to get back to my roots, and I want to put the watching back in bird watching. That's gold.
For the last bit of the year, we had many opportunities to add rare birds to our fancy little list, but we just didn't have the mustard. I know that sounds like loser speak, but to be honest with you, it just wasn't really worth it to us.
And like, I mean, look at all these angry ass plants, dude.
The plants are
We gotta go through there, you fucking kidding me? It's one of those instances in which, like, how bad do we want to see this bird?
Now, we got word that Ezekiel Dobson he's in Maine right now, and he's traveling to the Keys because there's a rare bird there. That's a 26-hour drive. Here's what the bird looks like.
I almost can't believe this.
Why aren't we gonna break the record?
Because we don't have the drive. I don't care.
We didn't have the drive, you know. We didn't have the gumption for some of this.
So, instead of chasing another check mark, we said yes to a generous Florida man with a boat who mentioned something about flamingos. Flamingos were already on our list. Had been since January.
Some of the worst looks you'll ever get at American flamingo.
But this time we were actually going to watch them. You know, like Sparky said.
Hey, Captain, where are we at right now?
We are on the south side of Frank Key, Florida Bay, Everglades National Park.
What are we trying to get on here? Cut through this channel?
40 flamingos. Or more.
Thanks to this guy right here.
This guy right here. He's got them on a string for us.
I can't owl them in though, bro. I thought I was cool. I could call in barred owls, but now it doesn't seem that cool. Still cool.
That's still cool to see him go. Damn. No way. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
That's
wow.
Fuck, dude. Are you kidding me?
That's decent.
That's
insane.
As much as we were done with this whole bird listing experiment, we needed to put a cap on this whole thing. One last dance. One last cold night in the van. A way to end what we started.
One last dance. That's what's going on. We've stayed in one of these parking lots before. Oh, yeah. this.
No stranger.
This ain't our first rodeo.
But it might be our last.
I hope it's our last, dude.
Sparky gave us detailed instructions on where the long-eared owls may be roosting.
Well, there should be a for sure spot in November or December in Minneapolis.
We just park right next to right to bear arms permit to carry. Just park next to the gun store, walk through the marsh to the island of trees.
Why is it always such a hassle with this type of bird?
Yeah, for real.
We're trying to see this long-eared owl. Trespassing on this side, so you're dealing with shotgun on this side. Or if we're on the road on the other side, it's grizzly, for sure a grizzly bear's there.
It looks like you have to get past the bear to get to the bird. It's like, some birds it's just like not worth it to go, to get it on your list. And it's like we're walking through like grassy marsh for like a mile.
Got cold feet about this whole thing,
Yeah,
man.
fucking freezing feet. This is nuts, dude.
Oh, my dogs are barking, dude. How big are these things? It said they were medium-sized.
A ferruginous pygmy owl, right? As we've seen, it's about that big.
Yeah, on a good day.
I'd call that small.
Soaking wet, it's that big.
A great gray owl? I mean, it was pretty far away and it was dark, but
4 feet. So this is somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between that, yeah. I look up for 1 second. It's 2 feet above my head. Motherfucker scared the shit out of me.
I mean, you just smashed the previous Kia minivan.
That's right,
record.
exactly. $5.79, dude. Oh, hell of a year. Having such a great year and an awesome time, but God, I'm glad it's over, huh? Jeez, what the hell were we thinking of?
We saw 579 species of birds last year, but nobody cares how many you've seen. Trust me.
I'm not bragging, but we flew 579 species of birds this year.
Pretty cool. $199.
A pair of binoculars is a great conduit for adventure, maybe the best one. And I'm not talking about that curated kind of adventure you see on postcards or Instagram accounts. I mean the real deal. When you don't know where you'll sleep, where you'll be tomorrow, or who you'll meet. Because, well, birds can fly.
Are you in there? It's gonna cost you $35. $35.
And now every time we see one of these 579 birds, it carries an entire story. A bird isn't just a bird after that. It's a women's prison in New Mexico, a wheelchair stuck in the mud, or 1,000 mosquito bites in North Dakota. Every one of them is a snapshot of some miserable, perfect day on the road. So, pick up some binoculars. You just might like it.
Human-powered flight coming in. Come on. Pick it up.
Oh, dude, be careful. God's first to last. Oh my God, dude.
But anyway, I'm gonna get back to bird watching now. So see you on the other side.
Now, if birds only have a cloaca, they only have one hole, does that make them, in themselves, all taint? So they would be 90% taint, 10% cloaca.
Mr. Joe Olstein? Okay, wow. And that's just right over here.
Hey, how are you?
Good, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is my first church service ever.
Really?
First service ever.
Amazing. Where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah. Is this your family?
No, it's not. I'm just here by myself.
I looked at you came.
Yeah.
Things going okay for you?
Oh, they're going all right. I'm kind of recovering from addiction a little bit. It's day 32 without marijuana, and I don't feel awesome. I recently got into bird watching, but it seems like I'm searching for something more, so that's why I ended up here.
You can come back when you can. Yeah. To be praying for you. Praying for you. Praying for you. I'm really blessed to meet you. Okay, all the best to you.
Let's get out of here. I feel disgusting. Right now I'm hearing blue-gray gnatcatchers, a blackpoll warbler, prothonotary warbler, indigo bunting, great crested flycatcher, a red-headed woodpecker, distant eastern wood pewee. And it is hard to turn off bird watching. Eastern wood pewee is getting a little closer. Yellow-throated vireo. Just heard a white-eyed vireo too, I think. You know, I'm not making a checklist for any of these.